Just for those of you who are thinking of taking the thriller workshop that will start in June, which was this workshop that was here at the coast put online, don't worry, you won't be writing a novel a week. Trust me, there's a whole bunch of build up to it. It will not be, it will not be the professional 15 prose workshop, but it will be the same basic form. So I wanted to say that because I just started thinking, uh-oh, I wonder if some people who are listening to this were thinking of taking the thriller workshop because it's going online. No, it won't be that bad. Trust me, it will work with your day, but it will teach you the form of thriller, and that's the key with this. So now let's move on here. Speaking of genre, thriller is a genre, and the forms, and I've said forms a couple times over this so far. They're in novel structure. In novel structures, there are forms. The key with forms is they're often called genres. These structures will help you sell your book after it's done. A genre is a sales tool. That's what it is. It's nothing more. But if your book, if the pattern of your story follows a form, then it follows into a genre. What you as writers need to do in moderately quick order as you get going into writing and start writing novels or short stories, either one, is you need to understand the form of the basic genres. Now, all writers think they know what they're writing, and most of us often don't. Even though I teach a genre structure workshop that over 6 weeks gives you a lot of tools and teaches you what these different genres are, every so often I'll write something that not sure what I wrote, and I'll have to give it to Chris and say, what did I write? Oh, that's a romance. Oh, well, how can that be a romance because I did this and this? No, that trumps this trumps that. I mean, we had a lot of discussion in this last week of the thriller workshop of what trumps and kicks a book out of thriller. Because there are a couple things. Science fiction, too much setting in science fiction, too much science fiction. You can have a fast-paced science fiction novel. That's a good thing. But you can't call it a thriller because it's not a thriller. It's a science fiction novel. Again, these are all the ins and outs of what's going on in the modern world of genres right now. A lot of genres have vanished. A lot of genres are shifting slightly. Thriller is not a mystery genre anymore. It is a genre all by itself, a mystery subgenre. What used to be thriller in mystery is now called suspense. It's much slower, everything else. So you need to know the forms. You need to know when you're writing a romance or when you're writing a mystery with romantic elements. Just because there's a couple that get together in your book does not make it a romance. Sorry, doesn't work that way. And so you need to spend some time, and this is not a genre structure here workshop, but one of the aspects of knowing that is I'm not telling you to know the rules. What I'm telling you is to know the forms. Know the form. And then don't worry about it. But know the form, because your subconscious then will be aware of the form and will be able to help you. And some of these forms have really what are, some people call the center of the book, the spine of the book, the backbone of the book, all those kind of wacky-ass ways of saying that. But sometimes a form in a genre will give you that core of the book. That's great. And that core of the book will help you write the book. And it will help you organize the book and organize your thoughts without ever restraining originality. It just won't. But the key is, with knowing the forms, is you can't say, okay, today I'm going to write a romance. No. Now, I force these poor people to write thrillers. Thriller after thriller after thriller after thriller. But no, you can't do that. Because that will automatically, right there, set up a block, a rules. Oh, you got rules. What you do is you sit down and you write a character's story as best you can, the best story you can. And then figure out where it falls. And if you hear yourself saying, oh, I probably should change that because otherwise it won't be a romance or otherwise it won't be a blank genre. Oh my, what are you doing? Well, you're just following some dumb rule. Stop it. When you hear yourself say that, stop and say, no, what would the character really do here? What should happen here in this story? Where's this story going? What's a cool idea in this story? Where will it go next? And go there. And that will stop you from following rules that are put on you from the outside in these genres. But you absolutely need to learn genre structures. Absolutely critical as a professional writer, because it will help you become more original and work in and around and between forms of these genres. I tend to work right down cracks between genres. I've always done it. I did it with my very first novel, the poor editor at Warner Books, and I've done it ever since. My books just go, what are they? Well, they got this, they got that, they got this, they got that, they got this. They're right down this crack here. It's because I never think of it, and I never care. It's not my job. It's not my job to figure out what's going to sell my book better until I'm done writing the dumb thing. Then I sometimes try to pay attention. But when I'm writing it, my job is to tell the best story I can tell. The best story I can tell. To relay that character's story as best I can. That's my job. That's my job. And I don't want anything to get in the way of that. Nothing. I do the best I can on every story. Period. And I don't want any dumb rule telling me I got to do otherwise.